again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. This that splash, this that drill. Yeah, yeah, champion, huh? Yeah, we here.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Fields this way up at the 17. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
First and 10, Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Out of the gun, Watson. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now the first carry from Marlon Mack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
At the Texans' 46-yard line.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Deebo Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start first and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Watson. He completes this one to Mack. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll run here with Raymond Calais. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again is Watson, eluding the pressure right. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On play action, they'll throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
Brought down back at the 21-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 16, Watson forced out to his left. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to get put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Colts.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
For Deebo Samuel.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
After the interception, here's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and
a loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Mike 17, Mike 17. Oh, here we go. Oh, watch the twist. Watch the twist. 36, 36.
They'll run it. It's Mack. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. They'll run. Calais. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Well, that was big right there, because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here, because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Mike 17, Mike 17. Watch the slip, watch the slip.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. They'll try the air now with Watson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Watson. They'll set up the screen to Calais. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
24-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll run with Taylor. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds.
A gain of 40
A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Taylor at the Colts.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Off of play action, it's Watson. On the move to his left. Going deep now for Herndon. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot before the break, Watson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Colts.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone. that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
16 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Texans' 47-yard line.
Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a run with Mack, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's Calais. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. On the return is Peterson. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Catch made here by Campbell. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Back to throw now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he slings one that's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incomplete.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Andrew Billings busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Down. 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Campbell making the catch. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Samuel. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort, but on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort, picking up the 1st.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Number 40. A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Mike 17, Mike 17. 9. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Switch.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
17.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Take over 1st
A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown. Their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Back to throw, Watson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man is Samuel, complete. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They run with Calais. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. A gain of 3, second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, He won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play there for Houston. 93 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Raymond Calais, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Out of the gun, Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3.
Colts, 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On 2nd down now. It's Taylor, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the 4th. They do tack on the extra point as well. And that will make this a 4-point game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
At the 40.
Now Watson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 yards on the pickup there.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Indianapolis.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40, 20, 10, and they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. He's back to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Their own 28-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
28.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Indianapolis, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Houston, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.